Today I'm going to show you how to make an easy Japanese treat that's perfect for summer, so stick around. Coffee probably isn't the first thing to come to mind when you think of Japanese sweets, but it was brought to Japan almost 400 years ago by the Dutch. And although it took a while to catch on in tea-loving Japan, it's more popular than green tea these days. The idea of turning it into a dessert was probably brought over by the British, but there are Japanese recipes for kohi jelly dating back over 100 years, and it's become a ubiquitous treat that's found from cafes to convenience stores around Japan. I've seen coffee jelly come in all kinds of form factors, but my favorite is when it's set with just enough agar-agar to let you cut it into cubes. This lets you enrobe each bite of jelly with rich cream that's been sweetened with condensed milk. Together, the combination is unbeatable, and as you're about to see, it takes almost no effort to make. Sounds good, right? Let's have a look at our ingredients. For the jelly, I'm using 4 cups of coffee, a 1/4 cup of sugar, and 2 teaspoons of powdered agar-agar. For the topping, I have a 1/2 cup of heavy cream. I'm using one with 47% butterfat. We also have a 1/4 cup of sweetened condensed milk. I'm gonna start by adding the cream to a bowl, and then I'm gonna add the sweetened condensed milk. Then we just need to mix this together. This is gonna make a mouth-wateringly rich and milky sauce for the jelly, and I recommend using a cream with the highest butterfat content you can find. Once it's nice and smooth like this, stick it in the fridge to keep it cool. For the coffee jelly, I'm adding the sugar, agar-agar powder, and coffee to a pot. Then we're gonna move this over to the stove and turn it on to medium-high heat. Now we just need to wait for this to come to a boil. Be sure to stir it to ensure the sugar and agar-agar melt into the coffee and don't burn to the pot. By the way, I cheated and used a bottle of unsweetened coffee for this, but you can make this from anything, ranging from instant crystals to siphon brewed coffee. We need to get this to a rolling boil, but the thickness added by the agar-agar will make it overflow pretty quickly, so keep a close eye on it and be ready to take it off the heat as soon as it starts creeping up the pot. This is perfect, so let's get this into our mold. I'm using an 8x8 inch baking pan for this, but a 9-inch mold should work as well. When you pour it, you want to go slowly so you don't make a ton of bubbles on the surface of your jelly like I did. But if you do end up getting bubbles, just gather them up with a spatula like this, and then you can scoop them off and wipe them onto a paper towel like this. Now you want to let this come down to room temperature. Once it's cooled off, cover the mold with a lid, and then you want to put this in the fridge to chill and set. Before we serve this up, I want to take a moment to say thank you to my supporters who helped to make this video possible. If you're learning something new from my recipes, hit the link in the description down below to see how you can help. Okay, this has been chilling for about 2 hours now, so let's see how it looks. Perfect! Let's get this unmolded. As you can see, the jelly doesn't want to come out of the mold, so that's when you want to bust out a toothpick to break the suction. Just insert the toothpick between the jelly and the pan, and it should cause the whole thing to flop out almost instantly. Now I'm just going to use a knife to cut this into an 8x8 grid, which should get you 64 glistening cubes of coffee jelly. By the way, you also have the option to make the jelly in individual ramekins or cups, but I prefer cutting it into cubes like this because it helps distribute the sweet cream more evenly. These are delicate and super slippery, so I like to use a spatula to plate it up. I'm serving this in a champagne coupe today, but any glass bowl or cup will work. Then I'm gonna hit this with some of that sweet, milky cream, and our kohi jelly is done. Don't forget to garnish it. Looks amazing, doesn't it? These cubes may look solid, but they burst into a cool pool of coffee and cream in your mouth. Coffee jelly is a delicious, cool way to indulge in your favorite caffeinated beverage on a hot summer day, so I hope you'll give it a try. Sharing, liking, and commenting are all great ways to let me know you want to see more recipes like this. So don't forget to give this a big thumbs up, and while you're at it, send it over to your friends that love a great dessert. Well, I'm gonna go have my afternoon dose of caffeine, but I'll catch you in the next one.